In partnership, they given A and B shares are already mentioned. Profit share is decided by investment into timing. How much you invested for how much time. A investment into A timing, B investment into B timing will decide A profit share and B profit share. Generally, investments and timings are given. We have to calculate that ratio. But in this question, already sharing is mentioned. A and B profit share is already 5:3. What is A investment? 70,000 for how many months? B investment 60,000. But how much time we need to calculate? But ratio 5:3. Now this zeros gone. 3 ones, 3 2 times, 2 ones, 2 6 times. So B timing is 42 divided by 5, which is 8.4. Option D. B timing is 8.4. Investment into timing will decide the profit share ratio. A investment and A timing, B investment and B timing. 7,000 into 12, this is 60,000 into B timing. That profit share ratio already given in the question. .41 is the answer. Done. Now let's move into the next one. Here you need to calculate the profit for Sohan. Profit share ratio, how to decide, sir? Sohan profit and Mohan profit will be, what is Sohan investment? 80,000. For how much time? 12 months. Sohan started the business. He is there for 12 months. But Mohan investment 65,000. Okay. How much time he is available? He joined after 6 months, so he is available only for 6 months. See, this is what the scenario. Initially, Sohan started. After 6 months, Mohan joined. Sohan available for entire 1 year, 12 months. But Mohan available only for 6 months. Okay, now this decides the ratio. Then out of 20,000, how much for Sohan, how much for Mohan will decide. This is 516 times, 512 times, sorry, 13 times. It's 32 divided by 13. Right. Now, indirectly, Sohan profit and Mohan profit is 32 and 13, 1, 3. Now, question regarding Sohan profit. If you want Sohan profit, Sohan is 32 out of total 45. Out of 45, you need to get 32. But total in the question is 20,000. It will be fraction. Problem is that you will get you don't get integer value. So when cancelling this all, yeah, this is 5 9 times, 5 4,000 times, right? So numerator will be 12,800. Sorry, 1,28,000 divided by 9. So when you divide by 9, wait, yeah, 5 9 times, 5 4 times is. So what should be your answer then? Is there any value available here? Out of 20, Sohan should get more, but here this is the problem. There is a mistake again. I think it will be Mohan. If it is Mohan, what will be the answer? Because as per the options I am telling. See, total salary how much? Total profit how much? 20. If both are equal, half and half is 10,000, 10,000. But Sohan is more. So Sohan should get more than 10,000. I think in question they should ask about Mohan as per the options, because all are less than 10,000. As per the options I am sensing, it might be regarding Mohan. If it is Mohan, what will be the thing? 13 divided by 45 into 20,000, which is 52,000 divided by 9. This is what, okay, in exam, they also, question paper set also may do some mistakes, but you act gently. So I leave this question, I'll get answer, I'll get marks, nothing. You don't get any marks if you leave this question. You have to solve it. Maybe that's what a mistake. Now you can observe it's like 9 6 times, no 9 5 times. 45, then 70 will be there. Then 9 7 times 63. So option B. Question should be Mohan. What is the share of Mohan? Here, this is obviously, as I mentioned, it's more value. It should be close to 14,000 something, right? So 14,323.3, 223.3. Right, so but questions regarding Mohan, we have to consider there is a mistake in question. You act gently and handle the question in a better way. Now see this next one. Hope you are understanding this question. Investment into timing is what? Profit, okay, share ratio. How to decide profit is because of that. Now let's see about this 40. A, B, C invested 63,000, 56,000, 84,000 to start a business. After 1 year, profit is distributed. If C got 54,000 share, here timing is not given, means it purely depends on investment. How we will get the profits is, it depends on investment if timing is not given. Because they started the business after 1 year. Everybody there for 1 year. Investment into timing only 63,000 into 1, 56,000 into 1, everybody 111. It's common. Okay. Now cancelling the common terms, 1,000 cancel, 7 12 times, 7 8 times, 7 9 times. Okay. Now listen, they want total profit. This 12 represent 54,000. Then total will be 9 plus 8 plus 7. Sorry, 9 plus 8 plus 12. Total will be 29. If 12 represent 54,000, then 29 represents what? Why 12 represents 54? Why 12 represents 54,000? In question they are given C share is 54,000 given in the question already. Right. Then 29 represents what? We can cross multiply. When 12 represents this, 54, 29 represents what? R sir, 12 double, 24. 24 will be 1,08,000. Here all options is, then what about remaining 5? Or you can cross multiply. No need to find the factor and waste the time. We can find the factor 12 to 54. What is the factor you can do? Or else my simple logic, you cross multiply. 12 into 54,000 must be equal to 29 into some x. Sorry, divided by, right? No, wait. Cross multiply means this one. 29 into this. 29 into 54,000 must be equal to 12 into question mark. Answer should be 29 multiple. This is 29 multiple only, and this all things must. We'll check. Now this is 18,000 times 3 4 times. Then with 4, this is 4,500. So answer must be total is 29 into 4,500. Right, so what's the value? None also available. If it is 29 into 5, 145 will come. I need two zeros ending. Option is B or none. Which one? B or none? B is the answer. 29 into 45 will give 1305. So it's like 1,30,500. Option B is the answer. They given C profit, you need to calculate total profit. 12K is 54,000, 29K is what? That's what you are doing. Now this is again two basic questions I will give now. Very basic questions. It might, one is divisibility, one is face value related. So guys, what is the answer here? And previous question I'll give one logic, listen. 45 is divided by 9 or not? This is divided by 9, right? My answer should be divided by 9. Divide by 9 rule is what? Sum of digits. What is sum here? Sum of digits. 10. Is it divided by 9? No. What is sum of digits here? 12. Divided by 9? No. Sum will be 9. It's divided by 9. I should end with two zeros. It's ending with two zeros. Minimum two zeros here. So both sensible. As none is there, we have to do the entire multiplication. If none is not there, I'll do like this. If all options are numbers, I'll check which options are divided by 9. Because I have to multiply with 4,500. 4,545. 45 is divided by 9. My answer must be divided by 9. I'll check the trick like that. That's what they given here also one of the question. Divided by 9 rule. What is divided by 9 rule? Sum. What is summation here? 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 7, 17. 17 plus 4, 21 plus x. It should be divided by 9 means x must be 6. They said divisible by 9 already. If x is 6, then 27 will come. Is 27 divided by 9? Yes. This question, difference in the face value of 5. Place value and face value, it seems. I think that's what the mistake again. I think so. They okay. Yeah, place value. Okay. 5 is there in two places. Here it is. Here it is. Right. So what is the value for this one is 50,000. For this one 50. Difference B. 5 is there in two places. It is in 10,000's place. When 5 is at 10,000's place, 5 into 10,000, 50,000 is value. In other one, 5 is in 10's place. It's 50. The difference between the place values is this. Okay, right. So they can ask only for 5 because 5 is in two different places. They're asking difference between the face value of 5. Next one. Basic question related to mixtures and alligations. A 60 liters milk, mixture of milk and water contains 10% water. How much water to be added to make water? 20%. Mixtures and alligation topic, do you understand or do you know what basics? I can do this question in two ways. One question, listen, guys, listen. Initially, water is how much? I'm focusing only on water, sir. I'm focusing only on water. Initially, how much? 10%. Finally, you want to make it as 20. By adding what? Water. Water, 100%. I'm not adding milk. If I add, listen, if I add milk, I should write 0 there. Initially 10% water, now I am adding pure water, 100% water I am adding to convert it as a 20%. Now difference, 120. What is the difference? 80. Here difference, 10. It should be 8 is to 1. Okay. Now listen, this 8 represents 60 liters. Initially, how much quantity? 60 liters. 8 related to 60 means multiply with 7.5. Then here 1 related to 7.5. 7.5 added. So you added 7.5 liters of water. This is one method, many people not understand this. What is the 10, what is 100, what is 20, you just focus. My focus only on water. 10% is there, then I added water, it's pure water, so that's why 100%. The result should be 20. Now that ratio is 8 is to 1. 8 represents 60 liters because initially 60 liters quantity. Now how much quantity I am adding? When 8 represents 60, okay, 4 represents 30, 2 represents 15, 1 represents 7.5. When 8 represents 60, then 4 represents 30, 2 represents 15, then 1 represent how much? That is why that one is 7.5. This is one logic. No, sir, I am not happy with this. Then you go for the other method. 60 liters are there. Among that, okay, water is 6 liters. Do you agree? Why 6 liters? 10%. Remaining is milk 54 liters. Okay. Now listen. They're asking new water percentage. What is new water percentage? 20%. Means 1 by 5. What is that water percentage? Is water out of total. Water out of total. What is the water now? 6 plus A. Total now 60 plus A. Why 6 plus A, sir? You are adding water. Already 6 liters water is there. You are adding some extra A. Then total also will be added, right? When you add water or you add milk, total will be increased. Total is previously 60. Now if you add A liters, total will be 60 plus A. Now cross multiply and calculate. If you cross multiply 5A, here A, 4A, here 60, here 30, difference is 30. 4A equal to 30, A will be 7.5. That is what you added 7.5 liters of water. You can go any method, it's up to you. I think right side is what you people may understand better. Now see one question related to probability. That is one, picking blue. None of the balls drawn is blue. How many you have to draw also not mentioned. Right, so we need to be very careful in this question. They didn't mention how many balls you are drawing. They didn't mention a ball or one ball. No. Fine, okay, let it be. We'll try to correct it. I think 2 balls, dear. How can you sense 2 balls here? Denominator, total how many balls here? 7 balls. 7C2 is 21. Okay, so that's why I sense 21 is here. I sense it's like 2 balls drawn. Now you don't want blue means you should draw from. If you don't want blue, you should draw it from only red and green. How many balls? 5 balls favorable. So 5C2. 5C2 divided by 7C2. 5C2 is 10. 7C2 is 21. 5C2 is 5 into 4 divided by 2. 7C2 is 7 into 6 divided by 2. 10 by 21. Here also there is a mistake in the question. How many balls you have to draw is not given, but we can sense it. That's what. Okay, don't argue only. You also need to add certain things. If same question given in exam, we have to sense it like this. Okay, if it is one ball drawing, then 7 out of 5 up by 7. I want 5 by 7 answer, it's not there. Then I'm going for 2 balls drawing. 5C2, 7C2. 3 balls, 5C3, 7C3. Like that we have to try. Denominator must be 7 multiple. Basic is that. Whether you go for 7C1, 7C2, 7C3, anything, that should be 7 multiple. Denominator 7 multiple, only one option. 7 multiple required. Only one option available. That's it. So do the smart game likewise. So now series question related to certain questions related to reasoning. Only 3 questions from reasoning out of this bunch of 60 questions. Now what about this 45, 46? 45, how much you subtracted? 60. Is it 60? Yes. Then 50. Then 40, 30, 20. It should be 182. 182. Then next one, guys, listen. Option B. Why, sir? Here B or U. After B are required. One moment. Okay. One moment. One moment. Option D. D for in question itself, they mention B R U. So after B and R, it should be U. In fact, before R and U, it should be B. Before R and U, B required, right? And B R U, I. Now I understand that. Okay, because of R U I, after U I require I. Everything in the question only. Right, so I and B, then L underscore LPBR. So before L, what is there? T. It should be T. So IBT is there in many options. Then after R, we need U. Then ITLBPRU. Then after T, LP required. Last two should be LP. So these two can be eliminated. And we require RIBT, option D. IBTURLP. This should be L and P. Some word is repeated. They given the question that should be repeat. That flow should continue. BRU they mentioned. So wherever BR after that U. Wherever are you before that B? They given the question that should repeat. It's keep repeating, repetition required. If you keep going, that's what the answer. IBTURLP. Next, one more question. Only 3 questions from reasoning. So this one, what should be your answer? One is different among these 4 options. The different one you need to identify. Then we go for angles, heights and distance, angle of elevation, angle of depression, areas and volumes related questions. That together we have around 10. Yes, what's the logic? 17, 290, 12, 156. This is N. Listen, what is 12 next number? 18 next number? 14 next number? This is the odd one out. 17 next number 18. 17 into 18 is not 290. Or I can say this is 14 square plus 14. This is 18 square plus 18. 12 square plus 12. 290 is wrong. Remaining all following certain logic. I said one is different. One is not following a logic that we need to identify. That's what this. Now enter into that areas and volumes related stuff. Yes, sir, here speed is there, but don't worry. This is also related to area. Area of the park. Length and breadth are 4:2. In fact, nothing but 2:1. 4:2, 2:1 same. If a cat running along the boundary of the park at the speed of 18 km/h completes round in 10 minutes. So boundary of the park, what is the distance? 2 into L plus B, length plus breadth. Length is 2k, breadth is k. Means 6k is the total. Right. Now that 6k distance is speed into time. What is the speed here? 18. Timing 18 is kilometer per hour. Timing should be in hour. 10 by 60. So 3 kilometers. This is kilometers. 3 kilometers. 6k is 3 kilometers. Again, you people may confuse because of the word k. Here kilometers again here. I'll just use some different term. Okay, if it is a 6a, this is a and this is 2a. Then a will be 3000 divided by 6, which is 500. So length is 1000, breadth is 500. What is the area, sir? Length into breadth. When your length is 1000, we got correct only, right? 500. Yes. Again, there is one more zero required in the options. Is it? 5 zeros required, right? They given only 4 zeros. 5 lakh required. One more zero required in the options. Maybe it's like typing error, it seems. But you see that length into breadth. Done. See the next one. It should be one more zero. 5 lakh because 5 zeros required. Next question. Dimensions of a hall is given. One person, how much volume required is mentioned. How many can be accommodated in overall? So dimensions of a hall, length, breadth and height is given. What is the volume then? LBH 40 into 25 is 1000. 20,000 is the scenario, meter cube. For one person, 200 meter cube. So number of persons will be 100, right? 20,000 divided by 200. Length, breadth and height is given. What is the total value? One person will take 200. Then how many can be accompanied? 100 is the answer. Volume of a hall is given. Dimensions of a hall is mentioned. And each person requires 200 cubic meters. Next one. I hope you can give the answer very fast. 50. Difference between the radius is the question. What is the answer? Difference between radius. Circumference. What is the circumference of circle? 2 pi r. Circumference of two circles are given. Now the difference between the radius is what the question. No need to calculate radius 1, radius 2, then taking difference. That's what waste of time. Many people are doing that. Don't do that. Okay, don't waste your time. This is 2 pi r1, this is 2 pi r2. Directly take the difference. 2 pi of okay r2 minus r1 is 352 minus 198. They're asking difference between the radius. Take those two circumference difference. C2 minus C1. Circumference of second one minus circumference of first one. So that will save time. So what's the difference here? 164. Right? You can just cancel 154. Okay. 154. So 2 into 22 divided by 7 into R2 minus R1 is 154. This is 11 2 times. This is 11 14 times. 2 ones, 2 sevens. So difference is 49 divided. One moment here. So R2 minus R1 will be 2 pi R. Here they given 2 pi R 154. 11 2 times, 11 14 times. 11 2 times. Here instead of 2 I will put as 11. This will be 2. Okay. Then 49 divided by which is 24.5. Option D, 24.5 centimeters. Next question. This all. Now we'll go for angle of elevation, depression. They asked a lot of questions, around 6 to 7 questions regarding that heights and distance they given. Angle of elevation, depression related stuff. Heights and distance we need to discuss. After this, I think next question onwards, 52 onwards, we have a couple of questions related to that. Now say this, the height of a room to its semi-perimeter is 2:5. Next one they given here, it costs rupees 262 to paper the walls of the room with paper 50 centimeter wide at 2 rupees per meter, allowing an area of 15 centimeters square for doors and windows. The height of the room is what? You read the entire stuff. Let's try to solve this. Height of a room to its semi perimeter. Ratio is 2 and 5. It costs rupees 260 to paper the walls of the room. Cost is given per meter, how much also given. And you should allow 15 centimeters square for doors and windows. Means that you are not putting any paper for that. Instead of paper, let's say assume painting. Instead of paper, you can assume like painting also. Right? So you not put painting for the doors and windows. So in the area of wall, you should remove the doors and windows area. For the remaining one, the charge is 260. Provided that too, they are charging 2 per meter. Now work on it. What's the answer then? Height of the room is what? Is it to the walls of the room or for the entire room? Walls of the room. 52. A ladder is leaning against a wall, making an angle of 60 degrees. So we have a wall. This ladder is creating 60 degrees angle. This type of questions, many are given. We can find that going forward. Now the distance between foot of a ladder and wall is 5.5 meters. So this distance is 5.5. Now question is regarding length of the ladder. This one you need to calculate. Length we need to calculate. So we can go for what? You know the base. So cos, right? Cos 60 degrees is, this is opposite, this is adjacent side. So hypotenuse is available. So 5.5 divided by L. Adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Okay, so you have to calculate L value now. L is nothing but cos 60 degrees is how much? 1 by 2. L will be equal to 11. Double of that L will be equal to 11. Check. Now see the next question. This previous question, the problem here, listen. The height of a room to its semi-perimeter of a floor. They missed that sentence. It should be semi-perimeter of floor. Height of a room to its semi-perimeter of floor. So height, floor is length into breadth. Okay, the area. But what is semi-perimeter? Perimeter is what? Floor. Length breadth, again length breadth. 2 into L plus B. Semi-perimeter means L plus B. H with respect to L plus B is 2:5. Height, length and breadth, semi-perimeter of floor. Floor perimeter is 2 into L plus B. Semi-perimeter will be L plus B. Right. And then here if you observe, cost is 260. Okay, for paper of the walls of the room with paper 50 centimeter wide with 2 per meter. Now 260 divided by 2, it's 130 meters. 260 rupees. How much cost is 2 per meter? Indicates length of the paper is 130 meters. Then, okay, that to paper. Each paper 50 centimeters. So that 130 meters. Each one 0.5 meters. So 50 centimeters can be written as 0.5 meters. This is 65 meters square. 65 meters square is the area of paper, used paper for 65 meters square. Paper for the walls of the room. Where you use this paper? For walls of the room. Right. And what is the total walls area? Is plus 15 we have to add. Because I'm not, there are doors and windows which is covering 15 centimeters square. So total area of wall. This is area of paper used. But there is certain area which we are not using the paper for that windows and doors. Right. So total area of wall 2h into L plus B is nothing but 65 plus 15. Why that plus 15, sir? Windows and doors. This one we need to occupy now. So we'll get 80. So total area 2h into L plus B. You know h is 2k. Then L plus B will be 5k. You can calculate k. Then you can calculate height easily. Height is 2k. Okay, now here 2h 2 into k. So 2k, right? Height is 2k. L plus B is 5k. You check once. Yes. L plus B is 5k. Height is 2k. Now if you go ahead, you got k square value. What is that? 4. K will be equal to 2. Question is regarding height. Height equal to 2k, which is 4 meters. The question is regarding height. Guys, why? What is the 2h into L plus B? What is the 2h into L plus B? Total area of the walls. You see, if you have a doubt regarding that formula, just have a look into this discussion. Maybe some of you need to recall certain concepts. So I'm just giving you the idea. See, if we have a wall, only walls area, right? Top and bottom is L into B. This is length, this is breadth, this is height. Guys, what is right side area? This one area. Is this wall or not? What is this area? B into H. Left side also B into H. Is this front side? This is wall or not? This will be wall or not? What is this area? L into H. Back side also. Now 4 walls. 4 walls. Yeah. Here walls only, not the entire room. Don't go for top and bottom. Top and bottom L into B, L into B. You want only area of 4 walls. Area of walls. Okay. This is LH, LH means 2LH. BH, BH means 2BH. 2LH, 2BH. Sorry. Common is 2H. Common is 2H. If you pull it out, we'll get L plus. This is what that formula. 2H into L plus B. And why it is 65 plus 15 is, you have to understand what is that 15, right? How you got that 65, you see that. Okay, you have 130 meters and you covered it with 0.5 centimeter, 50 centimeters paper, means 0.5, that will create 65 meters square paper is used. Paper is area only, right? You have a paper. Paper is having an area. Right, so the 65 meter square of paper is used, 15 meter square you not used because of windows and doors, total area 80. Then you calculate. This only problem with that sentence. They should clearly specify. In some exams they're not specifying, but you should understand that it should be clearly semi-perimeter of wall. Then it will be clear. Right, so that's what answer is 4 meters. Now let's look into the next question. I hope you people have an idea what is angle of elevation and angle of depression. From bottom to this is elevation. Here we can see the depression point of view. Now we'll see the next question. See the 53. Angle of elevation you need to calculate when the length of the shadow of a pole is equal to the height of the pole. Pole is there. This shadow. This is shadow. Now both are equal. If these two are equal, then what is the angle of elevation? This must be 45 degrees. Here it is same, here it is same. Tan theta, opposite side by adjacent side. Right? So both are equal, means it should be 45 degrees. Tan 45 degrees is 1, right? Next one, 54. I said angle of elevation, depression they are asking, please focus. Now here a kite is flown with a thread of length 200 meters. The thread is full stretched and makes an angle of 60 degrees with the now height. Guys, this is 200 meters. With respect to the horizontal, it is creating angle 60 degrees. What is 200 here? Is it hypotenuse or yes, this is 200 meters. Now we need to calculate this h. Opposite side and hypotenuse, what we have to go? Sine theta. So sine 60 degrees is h divided by 200. H is 200 into sine 60 degrees, which is root 3, 100 root 3. Root 3 is 1.732. Approximately it should be 173.2. Root 7, 1.732. No calculator allowed. You have to understand things properly. So trigonometry you are going ahead. They are asking my different heights and distance. They are asking. This all comes under heights and distance. Now see this 55. Two buildings are 40-meter apart. Okay, 40-meter gap between two buildings. A building of height 100-meter with the top of, okay, creating angle of depression with the top of second building of unknown height is 60 degrees. See, one is 100-meter. The gap between two buildings is 40. This is 40-meter. This is building 1, 100-meter. This is second building. Now the angle of depression, if I just go with this horizontal line here, the angle of depression 60 degrees. The angle of depression from the top of building of 100-meter. So why you taken B2 less height? You see the options at least. In fact, depression means this is what the concept. It should be below. Depression. Elevation, the other candidate is above. Depression, it should be in the below. Right. So that's why second building height is less than given depression. Now, listen, sir, here. What is this distance, sir? Here, let us say this is D. D to B2, what is the distance? D to B2, 40. Right. Now, listen, you want height of the building 2, H is required. Right. Building 1 height is 100-meter. Okay. Now listen. First I will calculate B. This will be 30 degrees. Do you agree with that? Is that 30 degrees? Yes. Now tan 30 degrees is equal to 40 divided by B1D. This distance. 100 minus B1D is your answer. Here also H only, right? If that is H, this is also H. So what I want to calculate is 100 minus B1D. So what is B1D? What is tan 30 degrees? 1 by root 3 or root 3? 1 by root 3. Okay, then B1D will be B1D 40 into root 3. So 100 minus, listen, root 3 is 1.732. So if you take 40 root 3, let us assume approximately 40 into 1.7, it will be around 68. I agree 1.732 is there. Okay, if you go for 3 also, then it is 69.2. If I stop at 1.73, if I stop at 1.73, then it will be 69.2. 69.2. If this is 69.2, then the answer will be 30.8. Option A. Right? Check this. The angle of elevation of a top of the tower from the top and bottom of the tree of height 15 meters is 30 degrees and 60 degrees. Find the height of the tower. See, you have a tree. You have a tree. Okay, this is tower. From the bottom, angle, and from top of the tree, the angle for the top of the tower. Guys, understand the question? Okay. Here, which is 30, which is 60, you are guessing? Is this more angle? Is this more? Always at least see the question. From the top, 30. From the bottom, 60 degrees. This is tree. You have to calculate height of the tower. Tower height you need to calculate. This tree height is 15 meters. This is 15 meters. Let's say A, B, C, D. B to C is 15. You need to calculate BE value. So that's what is the problem. You check once. So look into this question. What is tan 30 degrees? Tan 30 degrees is? No, value find 1 by root 3. Okay. Here, in this one, EC divided by DC. Tan 60 degrees? Tan 60 root 3. Okay. But it's BE divided by AB, nothing but DC only. Both are same. AB and DC both are same, right? Here AB value, DC value, both are equal. This one, both are equal. Right? Now, if you just solve and calculate BE, if you divide these two, if I divide these two equations, DC will get cancelled. 1 by 3 equal to EC divided by BE. BE equal to thrice EC. Right? What is BE actually? BC plus EC, right? Yes or no? B is BC plus EC. From this relationship dividing, this is AB, I agree. DC and AB both are equal. This cancel. EC divided by BE, 1 by 3. B is 3 AC. So now, finally what you got? BC value, 15. 15 equal to 2 EC. Okay, B is 3 EC. So EC is 7.5. B is 3 times of EC. 3 into 7.5, 22.5 meters. And one question related to clocks is, in 1 hour how much angle it will create? This is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. How many hours? 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. How many hours? Same day. 7 hours. Right. Hour hand, 12 hours 360 degrees. Yes or no? Can we complete one round? 12 hours 360 degrees. 1 hour? So 7 hours? So answer will be 210. They ask 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock. What is the angle? Okay.